So we will now go to our high school pictures. So we'll start with Dave.
Okay.
See what he looked like when he was. So you'd be probably 14.
I guess so. Yeah.
Here, probably.
Strapping young lad. I'm sure.
So there you are.
I haven't seen the photo, but
right there.
Oh, geez.
Not bad. You can you can tell it's you, little guy.
Yeah, little guy. That's what my nickname was, little guy. That was my in between stage of trying to find out what I was. I was always recreating myself. I David Bowie Spivak was kind of my mantra on back then.
That's like,
do you want me to read my little weird write-up that I had?
Read your write-up and then explain what each thing was now.
Well, I got really, now that I've seen this write-up after all these years, I remember being very stressed out and going, what am I going to write? Like, it's got to be something really good.
Neurotic.
Yeah, so I wrote my ambition was to be a Japanese headbanger and party with loudness, so the Japanese heavy metal band. But to be a Japanese headbanger, it's not like you can just go convert to being Japanese, I don't think, right? It's impossible. It's not like Judaism or something.
Your ambitions too high. You got to change I hope I can change my ethnicity by the time I grow up.
Yeah. Like, to be a Japanese headbanger and party with loudness. It should be to be a headbanger and party with the Japanese heavy metal band Loudness, not to become a Japanese.
Party with Loudness in Japan. Yeah. Now, let me just throw this out here. Out of all the guys that I would expect to mention Loudness,
it'd be not me.
Their junior high school yearbook in this panel, you would be the furthest last one.
Yeah, because I was fourth on the list somehow.
Oh, 400th. Right. Out of three people, I'd be fourth.
Behind Gabe at this point.
Yeah. No, I was mixed up. I was full of shit. I was full of shit as I wrote it. They had one video on Much Music. Don't remember what it was. Never even finished the video. It was like a dumb thing.
Crazy night.
But that'll be cool.
Because you are the hero tonight, Dave.
And then my fate was to deliver papers for the Metro One. Paper, get your paper here, which is a community newspaper in our area, which is like, 300 people maybe got it. Paper.
See, we had on first jobs. My first job was delivering Metro One for Dwayne Johnson. The Dwayne Johnson, not The Rock, but our friend Dwayne Johnson. I have a picture of him here.
We also made a mistake of the show. It's junior high predictions. You got a picture of Wayne Johnson?
Good call.
Should I continue? Picture, Rybo?
Oh, I have the yearbook here. I could pull them.
Okay.
Let's just show everybody that we know. Hey, let's just show people and talk about them.
Continue, Dave.
Thank you. My pet peeve was Boy George. Jeez. It still is. No, I don't know. I guess I didn't get Boy George. I think I never really listened to him.
Hey, you were too busy listening to Loudness to understand.
Right. That was probably another fake thing. I was like, what's the opposite of Loudness? And it would have been pop music. So it was like Boy George. But then, a month after this, it was all about Corey Hart. I got the spiky hair and, the sun in and everything. And I was just ready to change again because, boom, I was just constantly in change.
White teeth.
Oh, like white teeth. Just a male model just showed up in town, baby. Okay. Back then. What else is here? I was starting to read somebody else's because it's
FS's favorite saying.
Favorite saying is it's the shoes. Oh no, that's Cheryl Thorlickson's. Hang on, I got it. Okay. Favorite saying is, what's your problem? What's your problem? I don't even remember saying that.
What's your problem? You don't like Loudness?
Dude, I mean, this is just, I was living a lie in 1985. I don't even remember saying that. What's your problem? What's your problem? If anybody remembers me from back then, let me know if I said, what's your problem? Was I trying to be cute? It's weird.
You're like Boy George? What's your problem?
Yeah. And nickname, Spiv, which I always loved that. I love it when people call me Spiv. I always have. I think it's just like really cool. It's like it would be maybe a real good athlete to be like, "What good game tonight, Spiv." Never heard that, but
Well, it's kind of cool because you're there. It's Spiv. That was before Speewee, I think. Was maybe a nickname, right? So, but now with Mr. T, you got Spivwee.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Spivwee.
You didn't get Spiv, but you got Spivwee. So
look at Thorlickson's write up on here. Ambition to meet Corey Hart. This is so funny. We're all such kids back then.
Yeah. Okay, so Dave wanted to be in Loudness. Yeah. And he did not like Boy George, and he was wondering, what's your problem?
What's your problem? And I think I wanted to be Japanese and then be a fan of Loudness. I guess It's so stupid, man. It's again, you can't convert to Japanese. It's weird.
Yeah. All right, I'll go next. This is young Irvas here, 1985. Look at that.
It looks like Ryan's son.
It looks like Sammy Hagar when he first joined Van Halen, when he had that little bowl cut.
Wow.
My ambition was to win $1 million.
Did you do
My
it?
fate was to win tickets to Duran Duran Culture Club Festival.
You hated Boy George too. Yo.
It's interesting how our fates are both like burying very popular bands that all the chicks loved. No wonder I didn't have a girlfriend. But at least I had a little bit of a joke to mine. Yours had nothing to do with anything. At least mine was like,
I was very nervous when I wrote
A,
it.
you win $1 million. B, you win tickets to the Duran Duran Culture Club Festival.
Yeah.
Which I would go to now, by the way.
Yeah, so would I. But the other thing is, you think that's why you didn't have a date. But looking at these pictures of you two, I mean, there's probably other reasons.
Now, my pet peeve
Wait till mine comes up.
was DJ's hair. And I was trying to think, who the hell was DJ? And there's a guy called Drew Jones. And I don't know why I didn't like his hair. He had pretty long hair. Maybe everyone would get on his... Oh, I know. Maybe he's always like combing it and hairspraying it or something. But not only did I not like DJ's hair, I also hated preppies.
Yeah, kill the preppies.
So we were very metal. It's
Yeah.
like yes to loudness and $1 million and no to Boy George and preppies.
I would.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say that this whole thing, the 85, 86, is either people saying that they love Corey Hart and Boy George and hate bangers, or the opposite. It was like such a red and blue states as far as Samson was concerned.
Yeah,
people were so
much.
much more into music then than kids are now. Like you really lived and died by the music.
Oh
that
yeah,
you,
of course.
to,
Yeah.
right?
Now there's so much competition for your entertainment, like this show, right?
Yeah,
I had that thing too where I was like, I would go to that Changes, Flipside nightclub for young people.
Yeah.
And I would go as a preppy. But I never wanted anybody in St. James to know, so I was kind of like living two little lies, or a lie, because I was way more of a banger, but I would do the preppy stuff to try to meet girls. I still didn't meet a girl till I was 21, but I tried. And I think if you guys knew I was at Changes dressing up and jumping up and down, you probably wouldn't be friends with me, so I had to hide that from people.
Didn't we play Changes? Wasn't that where we had the Battle of the Bands?
Flipside Battle of the Bands, yeah.
Flipside, yeah. So we played Changes. We did not do a Loudness song. We did a Megadeth song. And we
Peace sells. I was there.
We lost to a band that did, I think, a U2 cover. So goes to show what we knew. And my nickname was 2-Bit because I was super into the Outsiders. So 2-Bit would be Emilio Estevez's character in the Outsiders. So
I had no idea why you did that. I thought like maybe you wanted to win $1 million because at that time you were just worth 2 bits.
It could be,
Yeah.
But I took that 2 bits and went and bought Thunder in the East by, you guessed it, Loudness. All right.
Never heard of it.
That's because you're not Japanese yet.
I was trying to be Japanese so I
really
could get into them. It never happened.
I'd have to say,
another song that was big at that time was "I Think I'm Turning Japanese." I really think so. So maybe that got into your psyche.
To your psyche,
Maybe it could happen.